Hey guys, Multi here. Today we start a new experience in World of Warcraft. It's the hardcore self-found mode, which is at the end a normal hardcore mode, like you already know it from the past year. I think it started in August or September last year. But the difference is self-found means you are not able to trade, you are not able to group up, you are not able to use the mail system, and you are not able to use the auction house. So that makes it definitely more difficult, and that leads me to today's video. I want to make a tier list about which class could be or is the best or are the best for the hardcore self-found mode. So let's hop over the tier list and let's talk about the different classes. First of all, it's possible with every class. Definitely some of them are much more hard, some of them are much more easy. I will try to give a hint or 1 or 2 points why this class is good or not, and then we see later on if we change something around in the tier list. For me, Druid, for example, is good, not the best, but is a good class because it has everything. It has tankiness on some points when you need it, when you swap to the beer. You can stealth with the cat, you have heal as a healer, you have a range attack if you need it, you have some CC with entangling roots or so whatever. So definitely a class that brings everything you need, and also especially when you swap to one of the feral stances like bear or cat. Bear or cat is, you're not that reliable on good gear, like for example a rogue or a warrior. Yeah, so it's good, not the best, still very good. I would put it in A tier. Next one, we come to the hunter. For me, that's my most favorite class in hardcore. Most favorite means most easy, in my opinion. If you play it safe with a hunter, you definitely will make it. Pet is super strong, especially on the way to 60. Later on it stops to scale, so it hits 60. It's very strong. Later on, bad scaling. That means it's exactly the perfect companion for the leveling process. You are ranged, but your pet is melee, which leads to that it's also a very good tank. It can hold very good aggro, not like the Warlock pets. So for me, definitely much better than the Warlock pets. That makes Hunter quite strong. Also not that reliable on weapons because the pet is doing so much of your damage. It's like 30% plus or minus 5, 6, 7% of your damage is the pet. For sure, it is important that you have always a good ranged weapon, but apart from this, you don't really care about your things. And then also later on with Feign Death or whatever, you have some good utility. And in general, you can also tank with your pet 2 or 3 mobs. So that means also Hunter is one of the classes that is still able to pull 3 or 4 mobs without being scared to die pretty easily. Next one is Mage. Mage is for me also a very, very strong class in hardcore because of all the abilities, spells that you have. You have everything what it needs to be to escape dangerous situations, or you have everything that it needs to defeat larger mob groups. And like I said, with all the abilities that you have, like Frost Nova, Blizzard, Sheep, the counter spell, you have a lot of options to getting out of dangerous situations. That for me ranks Mage also pretty high on S tier. Definitely not on the first place, that is Hunter and will stay there, but Mage also very strong class. Paladin, Paladin also has everything what it needs to be a good class for hardcore, especially also with the Divine Shield and everything, but is very hard to level. You are so slow that I think many people will lose their mind and will not make it to 60, or they will take risks that are not necessary or not good in hardcore, and that will lead to their character staff. That's why I rank it only B tier, because I know a lot of people that started Paladin, made it to level 20, 30, 35 or whatever, and then when the harder levels come, and the levels come that you take a lot of time, they were struggling because Paladin is leveling so slow. Priest, pretty good class, kind of everything that Druid has besides the different stances, but you have very good CC abilities, you have very good heal, you have with the wand very good damage early on that is not using mana, you have kind of self-heal options, you have dots, you have direct damage. So I think Priest is a pretty good class. Not the best, not the worst. I think is a good A tier class. Rogue is by far the best melee class in hardcore. Like I said about the other classes, you have a lot of CC options. You can really control a lot of things. You can also make a lot of quests you can make with your stealth that other classes are not able to do. That can help. And yeah, think about how many stuns, blinds, whatever Rogue has. You can run away with sprint. You can just vanish later on. So you have everything what it needs to escape dangerous situations, which brings Rogue to a very good position. The only thing that is not that good about Rogue is what attacks you makes you direct damage, because you don't have a pet that is tanking like Hunter, or you're not in range like a mage. So everything what attacks you makes you direct damage, which always can lead to situations when you pull more than 2 mobs. It can get dangerous if you don't have your evasion or other things ready to solve the tricky situation. Shaman, another pretty good class in my opinion. I think I will put it A tier. Also has everything what it needs to be successful in hardcore. Also very early on the travel speed, which makes people happy. Not a best class, not a worst class. I'm not sure. Should I put it? No, I think at the end of A tier is fine. I think at the end of A tier. It's not that good as the other ones in my opinion, but still has a lot of things to benefit, and also the totems can be very strong. You have a lot of different playstyles that you can use to master difficult situations. So overall, pretty good class. It's a very short explanation. Warlock, it's the bad hunter in my opinion in hardcore. Why? Because the pets cannot tank as good as the hunter pet can. That can lead to situations where you think you are stronger than you are, but in general, Warlock is a strong class in hardcore if you know how to play the situations, because you have everything what it needs to fix every situation with fear, with mass fear, with dots, with self-heal, with sacrificing your minion. So you have everything what it needs to come out of every situation, but you have to use those things quite frequently. And yeah, maybe just early on is a little bit a mess with mana problems. You can get mana with using your life, but in hardcore is a little bit tricky. So yeah, in general, very good class, but I think I would rank it only on the 4th place. So also here the places are relevant, so definitely it's a 4th place in my opinion, a very good 4th place. But yeah, Warrior. So the question is, Warrior C tier or Warrior also in the B tier? I think I like it more than the Paladin in hardcore, but the Paladin has definitely much more ways to get out of difficult situations. Warrior has nothing. For sure, you can, like I do it here right now, you can give a hamstring or anything. You can have an intimidating shout. Is it intimidating shout or fear shout? Okay, later on. But that's it. That's it. You don't have any self-heal with besides the little selfie with Bloodthirst later on, you don't have any hard CC. Besides, you go for the how is it called, the Fury build, no, the protection build, sorry, for this. Okay, things like this. So warrior is pretty hard. You have to commit in everything. That means one bad pull, 3-4 mobs that you cannot handle, and you are done. There's nothing you can do. You can try to give all of them a hamstring and run away. Hamstring, as you can see, 10 rage. How you want to give 4 mobs a hamstring if you only have 20 rage? That's already a problem. And yeah, that makes it pretty hard. Later on, when the paladin, when the paladin falls off, because you still have these nice abilities that can save your life, but you're getting crazy because paladin is so slow with just their auto hit as damage. Warrior is getting better and better. Still, you have the problem, if you make bad decisions, it can lead to death, but you feeling stronger and stronger, which leads to a better game experience, in my opinion. So I would prefer to play a warrior over a paladin at any time, but I think paladin have more abilities to get out of difficult situations. That's it for me, guys. That's it for this video. Like and subscribe. See you. Have fun in hardcore self-found if you played. Bye bye.